And we're live. Hello, guys.
Wow.
Welcome
Hey there.
to first monthly Near Men Collective chat. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing great. I'm just going to go ahead and speak for everybody else.
That's right. That's right. Andrew speaking.
I am very sick.
Oh no, you don't have the
It came back negative. So.
Okay.
Good.
Which means you had a wrong test.
Could be. My coworker has COVID.
PCR or rapid.
PCR.
Oh, those are better. So
Yeah.
VHS or beta?
non-linear
I'm too
or
young for
linear
beta.
systems.
8mm.
So, anyways, people at home, we decided to do this for a couple of reasons. One, so we can hang out and chat, which is fun because we don't always get to do that. And two, this gives us a platform to like talk about what we've been up to and what we've been watching or doing. And because you can't always do a video that's like, "Hey, I watched a show.
Right.
I
Hey,
want to talk about it."
I rewatched Community for the 4th time.
I've
it's
never
still the
watched
same.
Community.
It's still the same, except lacking a few episodes as they get quietly taken off streaming.
Oh yeah.
I have noticed that. Yep.
Glad to hear your whooping cough test came back negative. Oh yeah, we got cats in here. So what have you guys been up to? Watching or playing stuff. I have a million things, but
I've been finishing my basement. It's very exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it like a regular basement or a fun basement? And I don't mean that like a
Asbestos?
sexy fun, because if it is, I don't want to know. But
I mean,
Yes.
the ceiling's not high enough for a swing.
I do want to know.
His prohibition basement.
Yeah, I'd like to follow up on Nocturne 22's comment. Tina and Maddie, when are we going to get to see your Transformers rooms?
when I paint the trim in my basement.
This is it. This is my nerd room. My living room is my nerd room.
I guess they'll get to see it when we film the next episode of Why Do You Like This?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will be in cosplay.
We're going to film at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to paint the trim downstairs and then it'll be good to go. I get so bored, so I need somebody to like sit there with me. But now I've been exposed to COVID, so I can't have anybody over this weekend. Do that. I should get Twitch just so like it's like, hi, you want to hang out with me while I paint my basement?
That's all right. I'm gonna make a video of putting like toy hacks decals on this.
Oh.
Be like Dan's ASMR.
Yes.
People love that though. Like I have a lot of friends that go on Twitch and just put together their like Gundams and stuff.
And people
be so down just to like
chill.
Watch you do that.
Dan, can you please create a show that is Transformers ASMR and the title is all lowercase Transformers except for the capital A, capital S, capital M, capital R?
Oh my god.
Because it works.
Oh my god.
You can't pass that up.
I mean, you have a point.
Yes.
And just put a mic next to Transformers and just transform them without saying anything.
It'll be nice and relaxing.
Just click, clack, click.
Yep.
Or you could have me transform a transformer and it'd be very stressful for all involved.
Listen, Tina has been asking to transform a transformer on video for like 4 years.
She has transformed a number of Transformers on video.
One?
Well, I mean, one's a number.
One's enough for Tina to almost break.
Yeah.
Dan, during the whole time, he was like,
yeah.
okay. Oh.
Dan, is your basement more than meets the eye? That's what the hard-hitting question.
It will be. Also,
Come on, Chunk.
because I get really bored doing lumber and drywall, there is a lot of like just Dan's really bored and writing on 2x4s, like old poems or the opening monologue or opening crawl to Transformers the movie. Somebody's going to tear that down in 50 years and they're going to be like, oh, this was done in 2005. It says so on this thing. And there's something about Autobots and Decepticons. What?
I think that's great.
So you're doing it yourself? You're not getting like a contractor?
Oh, I'm doing every little bit of it myself. Yeah, drywall sucks.
Yeah.
The answer to that is Optimus Minor. Woo!
Is that?
I don't know.
These are things I don't understand. Have you picked up Transformers Declaration of War hardcover or Transformers Phase 3 Volume 1 yet?
Yeah,
Dan?
I've got both of them. They're on the other side of the camera. Yeah, especially now that IDW is no longer going to have that license, we got to get as many of those hardcovers out while we can and while they're still being made.
That's the fun of a fan, because we just never know.
Is that the fun?
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Dark Horse is getting bought out, and I'm like, what does this mean for me?
Is that actually happening?
I thought so. I thought it got bought.
Only we knew somebody who could tell us about comic book stuff.
Somebody will tell us.
Find somebody like that, yeah.
IDW needs to sneak Beast Wars trade paperback or hardcover out before the license is done.
They've got the first trade paperback is out, I think, or if not, it's late. And I know the second has been solicited, and they're going to end the series at, I guess, issue 12 came out this week. So I think they're going to end the series at 18. Hey, Rob.
Hello,
Rob,
everyone.
I like your sweater.
What's up, Rob?
Thank
That
you.
is very Christmassy, which is far behind us.
Incorrect. There's snow outside, so it is still Christmas.
That is true.
Heather, is it snowing?
Rob, video game things. I played the Guardians of the Galaxy game on my PS5. Very, 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 very good.
It is so fantastic.
It is so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It has no right to be that good. It's so good.
When it first came out, I dismissed it. I was like, this game is like the Avengers. The Avengers game wasn't that great. But then, my buddies was like, no, you got to play it. Just the first level where you're like in like the room tinkering with all the things, like you'll be hooked. And exactly what you just said.
Oh my God.
Fabulous.
You would all love it. Plus the use of licensed music. There's nothing like having a powwow in the middle of battle with everybody to like cheer them on, and you go back into battle and it's like never gonna give you up, or it's like a random selection of his playlist plays, and you're like, this is
it's Chef's Kiss. This is
perfect.
One of the, and I mean, there's only like 6 people that have a PS5 out there, but those 6, everyone should own this game. It's really, really, really good.
So good.
What's up, Lionheart? Sorry for the delay. I had to go find my Christmas shirt.
That's all good. All good. Thank you, Lionheart. I appreciate it. I worked really hard to make sure I was looking at the viewfinder, or the camera on the front-facing camera of my phone, because every time some guy would comment, why isn't she looking at me? And I'd be like, sorry. Or they're like,
because you're too busy
touching
looking
your
at
hair.
yourself.
And I was like, I can't do anything.
I have a haul video.
Just stare, no blink.
November.
Hey, it's never too
I
late
still
to
need to
post
it up.
It's fine.
Yes, Dan, that would be
It's
awesome.
still new to everybody else.
Rob, thank you for recommending Spider-Man Miles Morales. I picked it up for PS4 and it was really good. Yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy is good for the PS4 too. That is true. I forget something.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I shouldn't just say only on PS5 you get the ultimate experience. Like, yeah, but the thing is, what Sony's done a pretty good job of is keeping its top tier games, like the new Horizons coming out on PS4 and PS5. And Miles Morales made me cry on PS4. I haven't played it on PS5. So beautiful, so fantastic, and actually a really legit great game. So, like, if you haven't played Spider-Man, you should play it first before you play Miles Morales. But
yeah, that's next on my list because we bought that when we got a PS5. But I'm doing nothing the entire weekend. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out.
Well, that's coming up soon.
Nothing.
Yep. Get ready. Get ready.
Excited.
I'm pumped for it too. Maddie, what did you think when they announced for the PSVR 2 that there's a Horizon specifically
Man,
for
I'm pissed. Because now I have to buy a damn PSVR 2. I didn't want to buy that. But I have to because my girl, who, on the wall, right?
There it is, right?
Like, I have to do it.
So as an owner of a PS, PSVR 1, the technology was at the time pretty good, but not that great. Even at the time, it wasn't that great, but it was good enough where we were immersed and enjoy playing the game. So the fact that this is going to be that much of a jump, hopefully it's all to keep the price not too insane, not too crazy. I think it'll be worth it.
So mad.
Yeah. Andrew, I meant to ask you, hello, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hey,
What are you drinking?
That's it.
Let's see. I'm drinking Tunnel Vision, which is a nice, slightly fruity pale ale from a new place I'm trying called Bearded Iris. It's down in Nashville, Tennessee.
Fancy.
Nashville.
Okay.
It's tasty. It's tasty.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
And they're extra tall,
Everyone
so
at home, I'm drinking
extra fun.
water. 'Cause I'm
Water?
sick. Look at that.
Oh,
Got some of that too.
Coffee.
That's a half gallon.
Got some of that
I'm
too.
supporting a local business. You know, unlike Andrew with his selling out to Tennessee.
Manny, I'm sorry that you're
This
sick.
beer is made in
Look,
New
though.
York City.
Nice,
New York
Dan.
City.
New York
Thank you.
City. What about you, Tina? What are you drinking?
Oh,
Oh.
no, she's gone. She
You
said she
really
was drinking coffee.
Okay, Kofifi.
She looks
I
like she
decided
needs more coffee. She's frozen.
Every time that we do this, I want to try and do two things. Y'all hold me up to it. One,
Okay.
bring the nerdy, geeky thing to share.
Respect.
Oh, wait. There
Oh.
she is. All right. What's up, Tina? One, I want to bring and share the nerdy, geeky thing. And then two, I want to share what thing I've been drinking.
I support that.
Do you guys have Tina?
No.
No, I do not.
No.
Okay.
I have black screen Tina.
I was like, Rob's like,
Patiently wait
Rob's
for
like, oh, Tina, she's back. I'm like,
No.
and-
So, Rob, what'd you say you're drinking?
So this is a official Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild glass. Can you see that?
Ooh,
Focus.
You have to do the makeup thing. There we go.
there it is.
There you go. As long as my face isn't in it, it'll focus, right? All right. So the thing I'm going to drink from my Kentucky Black Bourbon Guild glass is this stuff. This is called the Untold Story. Have you heard about what this is?
No.
No, it's been untold, Rob. How would I know?
Yeah.
Smart. That's exactly right. So what this is talking about, it celebrates African American participation and involvement and pioneers in the bourbon industry because the guy who taught Jack Daniels how to make bourbon was a guy named his name wasn't Uncle Nearest, but he's known as Uncle Nearest, African American person. So this bourbon bottled by Castle and Key, it has a lot of this is heralded by those in the African American industry in the spirits industry. So that's what the Untold Story is. And there's a bunch of text here. Sync focus. There it is. Take a snapshot of that and read it. But yeah.
Last week I had lunch with a bunch of clients at the Thoroughbred Society in Louisville, which is as interesting and actually pretty cool as you think it might be. It's like a country club with betting instead of golf. But she was saying I didn't realize that Castle and Key had actually started releasing their bourbons yet.
Yeah, yep. This is one of the first releases, one of the early releases. And funny enough, usually when you get like early stuff, it tastes kind of young. You can taste a young bourbon, but this is pretty daggone tasty. So yeah, Untold Story. Let's see.
Tunnel Vision. Stick around. I'll let you know in maybe like half an hour to an hour.
Cool.
See,
cool.
Lionheart asked if we can show those books.
Yeah, sure. I'll get them in 1 second. I was Castle and Key. If y'all, for those of you who don't live in Kentucky,
sorry about that.
You got to check out. You got to check out their website. It is a beautiful property that Andrew and I at least know very very well from the days when it was a rundown and closed beautiful property that was not too far from where we grew up and filmed a lot of movies there.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did y'all really?
I'll go get.
Oh
yes.
we did.
We got kicked out. Not just twice, right?
Yeah, Jessica, it is. And Jessica's
Officially
local.
or unofficially, I don't know.
We have a local person here in the chat, so it'll be fine.
What's up,
She
Jessica?
understands.
Hey, Jessica.
Books.
Bourbon Channel. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Rob, with all the rumors
games.
going around for PlayStation Game Pass, do you think we will be able to compete with Xbox Game Pass? Is there going to be a PlayStation Game Pass? Because I love Xbox Game Pass, and I don't have an Xbox.
I didn't want to talk about this initially, but I'm super pumped that someone brought this up. So now I get to talk about what my gamer friends and my coworkers have been arguing about for days and days at a time, continuously, and everyone's ragging on me, but I think I'm right. So just in case you're not aware, Microsoft bought Activision / Blizzard / King. So that's Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Candy Crush. It's all these properties. Banjo-Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot. It's all these franchises now owned by Microsoft. So the big argument is how long is Call of Duty going to be on PlayStation now that Xbox owns it? My guess is it'll be around for at least 2024 is how long. But Call of Duty will be on PlayStation for a while. The second thing is Game Pass makes so much money every quarter, like quarter of a billion with a B dollars every quarter. It's insane how much money they make, right? With these subscribers. Sony has already rumored, and I can put a link in the chat, pretend I did, that they are going to come up with their own subscription service called Spartacus. Do a Google search for Spartacus that has PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and other type things that you can get a sub for and be able to do the same type thing as Game Pass. I think this is a really smart move because the existing PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus offering leave a little bit to be desired. But with Game Pass, as you just said, Maddie, Game Pass is probably the best deal currently.
It's so good.
In gaming.
Like I once I fixed my PC, I downloaded Game Pass, and I get to play so many cool games on that for just no money, basically.
Oh, you mean like the Sega Channel?
Exactly like or Dan, the satellite view, the satellite view.
Oh my god.
So I think this is a really smart move by Sony to try and do the thing, and I think the acquisition may have pushed Sony to do their PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, et cetera, offering Spartacus faster because again, Game Pass is Microsoft just reeling. This war chest is getting bigger and bigger. So, I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen around the spring. I think it'll be a pretty cool offering, and we'll see how they can compete.
Cool. I'll jump in with these books. This is Transformers IDW Phase, or IDW Collection, which is the 2005 line, Volume 3, Book 1. That's, basically just what you'd expect, but this is where it starts to get into the crossovers with Micronauts and ROM and G.I. Joe and all that. And frankly, some of these stories I had never read before, so that's actually kind of neat. And this is Volume 4 of the current storyline. Volume 5 has already been solicited for later this spring, I think. I wish they would publish these as fast as they're publishing these, but they don't. So it's unlikely we're going to get either of these stories completed in hardback before IDW loses that license, and that breaks my heart.
The fun of being a collector. Well, hopefully whoever they get picked up by will do kind of what Boom did when they picked up some Buffy from Dark Horse and kind of continue the same kind of format.
Yeah,
which was nice. So at least everything still got collected.
It would be nice.
But you can't trust anybody.
No.
So,
Dan, those books are really nice.
They are really nice. I mean, if we don't get the real versions, I'm going to be creating bootlegs in my brand new finished basement, and they'll probably look as good. They'll probably look just as good as my brand new finished basement.
Hey, I'm not saying anything about homebrewers and Etsy. You do the thing.
We got a good question for Andrew.
Ooh.
What's been your most challenging project? I can talk as a videographer.
As a videographer, that's a good question. More recently, I mean, okay, it depends. If we're talking production, then I would actually say some of the intros that we've done in the past. Those, as I'm sure most people here can attest, tend to get a little out of hand because I enjoyed it a little too much. Cheers to that. But post-production, I actually, about a year and a half ago, I did a series of dance videos. So my wife is an Irish dancer, and she takes classes.
Tina was not happening. She's Irish dancing. I'm out. Sorry.
She's like, Irish dancing. Yeah, peace. Okay. So my wife does Irish dancing, and she takes classes. She goes to a school here, and the teacher wanted to do a series of videos that we actually put together like right before COVID hit. So it was actually fortuitous timing, I guess. But that was pretty complex because we had about 5 different cameras running at once. We had the teacher dancing while we had 2 live musicians playing over here to the side. So we had like cameras on them, cameras on her, cameras on her feet. It's just all around, lights everywhere. It was a lot of fun. That was pretty challenging though, because that was a lot to edit. Mostly because I don't know what the heck looks good and what doesn't when it comes to Irish dancing. Like I kind of do, but you know,
yeah,
it's like all the technical details. I'm like, that looks great, and she's like, I totally messed up right there. I'm like, yeah, I didn't.
It'd be like me trying to edit together a football game.
Exactly. Did you see the way he juggled the ball? That was
great. Let's get a slow mo of that huddle.
Exactly. So yeah.
So have you guys been watching anything lately? Anything shows or anything you recommend?
Yes.
Oh, all right, Andrew.
So two things. First of all, well, actually 3 things. I've been watching 3 things lately. One, I was a little bit behind, but I finally finished up the second half of Masters of the Universe Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody else here finished it yet or seen it? All right. I'm not going to say much.
Just Tina, right?
Tina might have. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't talked to her about that yet.
I enjoyed it.
What's that? I enjoyed it. Yes. I very much enjoyed it. Yeah. Did anybody? Okay. I know Maddie watched the first half. Have either of you guys watched the first half?
No, I haven't watched the first half.
I thought you did.
No.
Did you not? We did a whole video on it, Maddie. Come on now.
We talked about Netflix cartoons, and I didn't watch that one.
That's all right.
I've been busy watching. Oh God, I lost everything.
Oh, man, I just keep talking, and the cast just keeps falling.
That's right.
That's okay. One by one, I will eliminate them all. That was really enjoyable. I won't talk too much about it. Don't want to spoil too much, but it's good. The other thing that I really want to mention is, and I'm way behind on this one, but I finally got around to watching Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is such a good show. That is such a damn good show,
isn't it? Now you regret not watching it all this time.
I do regret not watching it all this time, except now that I watched it, but I want to watch it again. It's the first show in I can't even remember how long where I actually want to watch it again right away, and I want to own it. And I'm not the kind of person who owns a lot of TV shows or any TV shows, so that's kind of speaking a lot. It's really good.
Well, next time I talk to Jason Sudeikis at our Brookridge Elementary School reunions, I'll tell him you said so.
Awesome. Thanks for putting in that good word.
Yeah. All those elementary school reunions people have.
I will. Okay, hold up. That's right. He is a Kansas guy. Did you guys go to the same elementary school?
Yeah. That's what as before you watched it, remember there's the scene. All right. So everybody who's in the chat, if you've seen Ted Lasso, there's a scene from one of the first episodes. I think it's like the 3rd episode in season 1, where he talked about some bully on a playground giving you a baby Ruth at Brookridge Elementary School, and I was like, huh. That was you. I was like, huh. I know he's from the Midwest. That's kind of weird because I went to Brookridge Elementary School, and then after that I went home and pulled out my old elementary school yearbooks, and he was 2 years ahead of me at Brookridge.
That's
I was just about to say I don't want to give away ages here, but yeah, he's right there. He's of near condition age.
Yeah, he's a little bit older than we are. Not much.
Yeah. Wow.
So
that's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like
Every time you say Jason Sudeikis, I always think of SNL. Jason Sudeikis. That's what I hear.
Well, I'm definitely going to watch Ted Lasso once right now I have a Showtime subscription because of Jessica Ashcraft in the chat.
Thanks, Jessica.
To watch some stuff on there. But I do want to recommend to you, Andrew, I think everybody would like it, Archive 81 on Netflix. It's based off a podcast. This guy is hired to recover these this video footage done by this girl in like 1980. She's like doing a video project in an old building. So he's like has to recover all these tapes and like fix them and go through them. But there's something really weird happening with the building. It's very good.
I'm intrigued. I'm writing it down right now.
Jessica and I finished Yellow Jackets on Showtime. It was amazing. Also, I should watch that too.
I haven't watched it yet.
I need to get the hookup on that because I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about that.
But James also is saying that all of us are Netflix and the Legend of Vox Machina Prime both come out tomorrow, and I'm going to watch both of them. Vox Machina apparently dropped right before this, so you should know that the fact that I love you guys so much because otherwise I would be watching Vox Machina right now because it was supposed to drop tomorrow. So
nice.
We won't keep you too long. How about that?
I saved all of my sick energy for this. I like napped all day. I'm like, okay.
Hey, one more nerdy thing. So my wife and I have been rewatching StarTek Next Gen from start to finish.
Good grief!
Yeah, which came out 53 years ago.
No. No, but actually, since you're gonna bring that up, hold on just a second here, because I'm pretty sure. So I will say we are in season 7. We're practically done. We actually only have about 4 or 5 episodes now. Poor Tina.
Maybe she should use her phone and make sure it's off Wi-Fi.
So yeah, Dan, since you brought this up, I will say that Patrick Stewart.
I heard of him.
Only a few years older than us when Next Gen started.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Everyone else, younger than us. Yeah. Will Riker.
Oh, yeah.
Late 30s.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All those other actors, yeah. Seems so damn old at the time. Yeah.
I'm jumping around in chat to make sure that everything seems even amongst everyone. Rob, do you play Minecraft?
Yes and no. So yes, back in the original OG days when it came out on PC and it was like Minecraft.jar. I played it back then because it was a cool Notch being from Sweden. He did a 48-day challenge to make this game and that blew up, right? So back in the early days when I played it, but like once it got like real big and on consoles, I actually stopped. That said, the reason I say yes and no is because my children, whom are 9 and 7 and 4, not the 4
perfect Minecraft age.
Yeah, they play Minecraft every time they have a controller. I'm like, hey, I have thousands. There's a comic that Wes Morgan, Andrew, he sent me a comic of like children. I have given you the arcade and video game of my childhood. Everything you can think of, pinball, arcade, it's all here. Here, go play this. And the kid and the guy in the comics like, I want to play Roblox on my tablet. And I'm like, that's how it is. All I want to do is play Minecraft. Here's the controller. What do you want to play? We have infinite games. Let's play Minecraft. But you know what? It's fine because they figured out that it's split screen two players, and they'll play and they build stuff. They read books, like they're playing together. They're like they're building stuff. So it's like, you know what? Fine, go play Minecraft. So that was the long short answer of yes. Yes, by proxy.
Another question. My local Walmart in Canada recently started selling the original Beast Wars Transformers toys from the late 90s again. If I was rich, I'd buy them all. How about you, Dan? Have you gotten any yet?
Yes, I have all of them. They're all actually at work because right now all of the toys that I have that I keep in boxes, which has been all the Walmart reissues, are actually on my shelves at work because I need someplace to put them. But the neat thing about that line, this is, going really, really geeky. The Rat Trap in that line is actually a brand new sculpt of the old Rat Trap mold because that mold is gone.
Oh.
So they just redid it like from scratch. Just like, okay, so it's a reissue in spirit more than anything else. But yeah, and they're coming out with Tigatron and Scorponok, I think. Yeah. still. So we'll see what's next.
Dan, whenever I go to Walmart, I see some of these Transformers, and our Walmart is way out in the sticks. So I feel that we have figures in stock that others don't. So I always want to call you and be like, "Hey Dan, should I buy this Transformer dude?"
Are
like
you
I
going to
saw
the
that-
Nicholasville Walmart?
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
that's
are
where
you
I'm
going?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
it's like
the
there's Walmarts everywhere.
Exactly, right? There's Walmart's even in like, Nick Vegas. So the last one that I saw was Coronation Starscream and getting ready to turn into Galvatron Megatron. And I was like, are those rare?
Okay. From the non-transforming line?
That's my face. I don't know the answer to that. I just know Starscream had on the coronation crown and he looked really cool. I don't know if it transformed. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. And then Megatron. Oh, here we go. And Megatron, he can hear me because of AirPods. Megatron was in like the phase. Have you ever seen the movie?
Was it about this size?
Yes, they're about that size. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's also a Coronation Starscream that is in the Studio Series line that if you saw that at the Nicholasville Walmart, I was just going to like get off the stream and head to Nicholasville.
Okay.
So,
well, now I don't know. I'll have to look and maybe I can find the deal on Walmart.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It wasn't that expensive, but like he was cool looking.
Like $20.
Coronation Starscream, and he was in the Megatron that was turning into Galvatron. He was like the blue grid, like he was doing the transformation. That was really neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Torsten, a good question. My guilty pleasure on Netflix is Emily in Paris. Do you guys have any shows you like, knowing it's not supposed to be that good? Absolutely, I do. Josh Kirby, Time Warrior.
Josh Kirby, Time.
What?
I don't know that.
It came out when I was a kid, and like, I think it was one of those weird like B movie VHS series. Like I never saw it anywhere else. But this kid gets to travel through time and space.
I actually just rewatched like 4 episodes of Captain Power.
Really?
On YouTube. And let me tell you, there are no high-res versions of Captain Power on YouTube. But like that show is hardcore. Like, go back and watch that sometime and remember that it's supposed to be a kids show. I mean, it like
our hero gonna punch
like
people out to zero. Yeah, I remember. Okay, wow.
That's not Captain Power.
Yeah, that's the Captain Planet theme.
Oh, Captain Planet. Dang on it.
Yeah. No, Captain Power is the soldiers of the future fighting a machine empire. And with the toys that interacted with the screen.
Wow,
okay, I'm
doing
cool. Captain Power. Oh, I remember this show. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Andrew and Rob, what about you guys? Do you have any shows that are like you like, but you know they're not?
So
it's not good necessarily.
So I'm guilty of this. Right around Christmas, and it goes like as soon like it's November to January-ish. Netflix populates the channel with all these terrible, awful Christmas movies.
Oh, I love every single one of those.
Exactly. The Christmas Bride, Christmas Twin, Princess.
The Vanessa Hudgens
Vanessa
Christmas
Hudgens
Netflix multiverse. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love the Vanessa Hudgens one. Like my wife is like, why do we keep watching these? Like I don't care. We're gonna keep watching them. The Prince has the twins, and that's like I know they're horrible, but we sit down and we're like, we're gonna watch this and we're gonna love it. Absolutely.
I'm really struggling to think of one because naturally everything I watch is just good.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Of course. No, I'm sure I could think of some old, God, what was it I was talking about recently with somebody about like some of the old, was it called The Wonderful World of Disney, The Magical World of Disney? Like
The Wonderful World of Disney.
Wonderful World of Disney. So like in the late 80s and early 90s, there was maybe just late 80s. Hell, I don't know. Every Sunday night, I think it was on ABC, Disney would show some kind of movie that was sometimes a Disney movie, sometimes not. I don't think they were all actually Disney movies, but they were family-friendly, Disney-ish of the 80s kind of things. And I'm pretty sure if I went back and watched many of them today, I would probably cringe. But man, they live right here very well. Very well.
You can just watch Mr. Boogedy over and over and over again.
Yes, Mr. Boogedy, Bride of Boogedy.
Me too, Michael.
Yeah.
Manifest isn't good. but I love Manifest. So most of the writers on Captain Power went on to do Babylon 5.
Oh yeah, it is
including
like
Larry,
a
who went to do
hardcore
Beast
sci-fi
Wars.
show. With a lot of the people went on and did other more recognized things in the industry. And also, it was one of the very first shows that combined CG with live actors. And apparently, Andrew, you'll like this. I was reading, they did all the, what is the term for the motion control camera, right? Like to integrate live. They did all that like from the hip.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, spend some time with the Wikipedia article about Captain Power.
I was just I'm looking it up right
cool.
now. Is it out there?
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix or anything?
No. Well, I don't know. It might be. I was watching them on YouTube because that's the first place you go for bootleg of this thing I remember vaguely from the 80s.
I'm looking at the trailers right now.
Any Robotech fans here? Are we ever going to get a live action? Should we? Or should we just leave it alone? I'll leave that to you guys because I don't think I've seen Robotech, which seems weird. Like really? I feel like I should. Yeah.
Robotech is one of those things where, and you guys, Andrew, Dan, you probably are right here with me with this. This is like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and it was on like TV that you could dial in, like UHF TV.
It was the only TV I had.
Yeah.
And
this was there's obviously, if you know what Robotech is, it's a conglomeration of like Macross and a bunch of other things stuck together, right? That's I think we did an episode about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
If we didn't, we should. So like that came out during this very interesting period of me in 4th and 6th grade, and like we were moving a bunch, and there's a whole bunch of chains going around, and I knew that at 5 o'clock, I think it came on 5 o'clock, I could always get my stories on by watching Robotech. Like I love Min-May. I had the toys. I might still have them somewhere. Like, dude, I loved Robotech, which got me. I think Robotech is one of those, and Voltron are some of those things that I didn't know were Japanese, like Japanese anime, that got me into Japanese culture and anime. I didn't know that. So should it be live action? I'm going to say no, because giant robots are best animated. But I've been proven wrong by these properties being brought to real life.
All right,
so
and there's a comment in the chat.
Are Robotech and Macross related then?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I was confused.
Let's close the Captain Power loop. There's a comment in the chat asking how did the toys interact with the TV show? And this is important because there were ships and things that you would point at the TV, and they had sensors on them, and you would pull the trigger, and basically the TV elements would have like lights that flashed at a certain wavelength, and it was coded into the toys that either gave you points or took away points. You got points for shooting things, and you took away points when you got hit.
That's so cool.
Are you talking about like Firehawk?
No, Captain Power.
Firehawk. That's another good one. That's a deep cut. I was thinking like Laser Tag and Photon, but Captain Power.
Kind of thing, but like and again, reading the Wikipedia article on that, and how it actually didn't work for most people, but it always worked really well for me. I love that stuff. I mean, I was actually. Maybe this all got started when I happened to come across an eBay auction for a PowerJet XT7 that was quite reasonable, but stayed on eBay because we're trying to be smart about money in 2022.
I've already screwed that up. You talk about finishing the basement, like that's been my big thing. Like, hey, maybe I shouldn't buy a full-size arcade cab. Maybe we should finish the basement first.
we have different meanings for finishing the basement.
You've been trying to do that since before the novel coronavirus hit everything. Yeah. I think we're actually going to try and do it this time.
Yeah, speaking of those arcade cabs, Rob, one of these days we need a tour of the arcade room.
Okay, here's a quick tour. There you go.
No. I know it's much bigger than that.
We'll do that once everything is nice and pretty.
Tina, how are you? You haven't got a chance to talk because you were lost in time and space.
Yeah, that's been my. I've had a very interesting day, and this is just adding to that fun realism of life. I've been doing okay. I've been reading a lot of manga and trying to collect. So I've ordered. You say "aw" like it's something really exciting.
Well,
But
I've been purchasing manga as well, so it is
I
exciting time.
see you have. We've just been trying to catch up on Way of the House Husband.
Good choice.
And then The Ascendance of a Bookworm. I'm collecting the manga version instead of the light novel version. So I've kind of caught up with that. I've got it on now pre-order, and then I've got my toilet bound Hanako-kun.
Yeah.
I can never remember if it's Chan or Kun, and I'm like, I have all the series. I pre-order it. That's just how I am.
Where are you doing your pre-orders?
Amazon.
We need to get you set up with like DCBS or something. Save some money.
Save some money?
Yep.
They're usually pretty cheap. I usually find that it's one of the cheaper ones, sadly. Like, I'd like to go a little independent, but usually it's a cheap deal there.
There's a good question I think you guys could talk about. What are the best, some of the best 1990s animated series that got canceled? For me, it's Pirates of Dark Water and SWAT Cat's Radical Squadron.
They got canceled.
Got canceled. Did X-Men get canceled?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
and then it
so at some point, right?
Yeah, I guess these,
and then it became
prematurely.
And then it became X-Men meet Degrassi.
X-Men Evolution. I hated that. No, X-Men. So X-Men got canceled, and then another studio picked it up for like one season. So you had like Jubilee's Fairy Tales. Do you remember the last little bit? Yeah. It was like a fever dream for some people because it came on like they could never figure out a time slot for it. But it was picked up for like so many more episodes, and then it finally got X'd.
Okay. Yeah, so I think X-Men is the big one for me. Because that was one of those shows that came on Saturday at noon, which was late for watching cartoons. And I love that. And all the X-Men, Sinister knows what your future holds. There's so much smack talk between them.
I'm looking it up now. I did not know there was a hidden last season.
You never watched like Jubilee's Fairy Tales or whatever that episode was? It was kind of weird. I don't know.
No, I don't remember that.
I can't think of anything. All I can think about is just like shows that I loved that were short-lived.
I see someone
or like shows that changed animation. Like Beyblade. Shouldn't be upset. That's like late 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I think of canceled, I think of shows that didn't get to finish telling their story, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I have a hard time thinking of any from that era that.
Well, wait! I got one. Visionaries. You remember that cartoon?
Vaguely. I think it didn't get picked up, not just got canceled.
It had a pilot, and that was it.
Those were great 6 episodes. That's what that was.
Oh, I can't really think of things. Like, I agree, Dan. Like, I see Zach said gargoyles, but really, I think it met out what it was supposed to do, and it ended. It could have kept going if you really wanted it to, but I think it told its story, it did its thing, and I was happy when it ended, because if things live for too long, people get bored of it, and it doesn't become like the great thing that you remember. It just kind of becomes background noise.
Yeah.
It says Marvel's going through bankruptcy and couldn't co-produce the final season, so Saban did them in-house, animated them much more simple.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Okay.
Of course, I watched Big Bad Beetleborgs. Let me tell you, that did not age well at all. Because I was like, "Oh man, I'm so stoked to watch Beetleborgs on Netflix as an adult," and I watched this. Like, oh my god, no!
It's exactly what you remember, and not in a good way.
I mean, there was nothing like Beetleborgs. I was like, "Hey, let's do kind of what Power Rangers and stuff did, but let's make it wild. Let's just." We need like Jay Leno ghost and werewolf and mummy. It's so ridiculous.
That was not a show I watched.
Yeah, I remember that show. I did not watch it either.
Like the sci-fi YouTube channel, whatever, has like a they go back and visit old shows like that. Watch the one that they do on Beetleborgs because it's just hilarious. So funny.
I really like Darkstalkers, the cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it came out for like I want to say like 12 or 13 episodes. I enjoyed that as a kid because I really liked the game.
Yeah.
I don't remember that either.
I didn't know it was a TV series. I remember the manga and comics.
So it had an anime. Like I think it was a movie. Don't quote me on that one because I'm vague. But they had a Western style cartoon of it.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was.
I need to pick that out.
It was like 13. I can look it up and see, but.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because that game, I played it, and we talk about. I wanted to always drop something nerdy that I've been doing. One of the nerdy things I was doing was playing old Capcom CPS2 games. So I played Darkstalkers like 2 days ago. It's like, hey, this is a really beautifully animated game. But I don't remember like a anime series based on that, or an American version of this.
So this is how short-lived it was. It was from September to December of 1995. And it was only syndicated for one season, 13 episodes.
All right. That sounds like a YouTube thing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Question for Dan. Taking the LSAT in the summer, any tips?
Well, you can do what I did, which is go to Barnes & Noble, buy the LSAT book that they have, the practice test book, do all the practice tests in the book, go buy the next LSAT practice test book and do all those, and just repeat ad nauseum until the day of the test, and then ace the test. So,
that seems like pretty solid.
I mean, it's a foolproof formula.
I like that plan, Dan.
There you go.
And then you too can be a lawyer who has Transformers in his office.
That's right.
Right.
But, the LSAT is a way of training your brain to think about logic puzzles. So you'd get better at that by practice. Yeah. The LSAT does not at all practice anything about it all. It's just how well can you do logic puzzles?
Oh, good. Bought all the LSAT books already. I'm about halfway through. Good luck.
You just gotta keep plowing through, man.
I think that's good life advice, Dan.
After usually putting it off, I finally started watching Buffy a couple weeks ago. Congrats. Started getting hooked just before the Jocelyn review got published. Great timing. Listen, as a Buffy fan who has all the comics, it's okay to watch the show. Okay, there's a lot of people that are involved in it.
That's right.
Is he a garbage man? Yeah. But a lot of other people are in that. So
I mean, not like Emilio Estevez in Repo Man, but
I mean, if we scroll up, we were talking about things like canceled.
Maddie, I think you mean garbage person.
Sorry, garbage person. Oh yeah, you know what? That wasn't appropriate.
We were talking
like
about
a trash
things getting
can, like a trash can with arms, is what I meant.
We were talking about things getting canceled, and Firefly is one of those things that came to mind that was canceled. It's like, okay, should I bring that up?
Not a cartoon.
Yeah, it's not a cartoon. So,
No, Dollhouse is the same way.
And I want to say, like, there's some pot shots about the hideous, like, animation of Darkstalkers, but you have to remember, like, He-Man had some heinous art too. Like,
Tina.
No, you go back and you watch some of those, and you're like, oh man, did they really color like? They really missed a lot of that spot color.
Tina, at that point, though, you got to keep in mind that was an experiment. It was not how do we entertain children. It was how do we sell toys.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't even so much an experiment as it was just a bullshitting way to get the toys approved real quick.
It was an experiment.
Right?
Hey, I mean, I fell for it like twice for like Lovely Lady Locks, if you remember that one. No one?
Isn't that a Fergie song?
Lovely Lady Lumps?
Lovely Lady Locks was a doll. And it came with like little hair things that you could put in that were like actual little magical creatures. I absolutely love.
How to teach your kids about lice.
Right, you share. You could mix and match and share and trade with your friends and share everything that came with it. So
the art's so cute.
Yeah, it's absolutely a early 1980s art, and it was. I loved it. The story's funny. It's a magical prince gets turned into like a sheepdog, And so lovely Lady Locks doesn't know what happened to her prince, even though he's right by her side as this sheepdog. And so she goes to basically try to ward off the evil of the land.
How is it possible that I've never heard of this?
Look it
know.
up.
'Cause
I loved it
This
as
is
a
same
child.
era as like Rainbow Bright and stuff.
Yeah, it was same era as Rainbow Bright. It was another one of those mini cartoons that were made to sell toys.
Yeah,
And
but
I
like,
had the dolls and everything.
you know, I'm quite familiar with Rainbow Bright and all that. I dressed as the Purple
Same.
Pie Man for Halloween.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
mean,
did?
that's
well,
cute.
I mean, in the old mask and smock with the character's name on it sense.
That's the
Yeah.
only way to do Halloween,
Yeah.
though, right?
Well, I'll give you another one to see if you remember this one too, because I also got sold on it. Was Moon Dreamers. See, look,
How
am
do
I
I
the
not
only
know
one?
these things?
Okay,
I watch Gummy Bears. I watch
Yeah,
Rainbow Bright.
So you're talking about like really mainstream. Like this was not like
Yeah, this does not have as much art as your other. This is
No.
hilarious.
Jim
looking.
and the holograms.
Okay.
I
the
dressed
other
up for
thing-
Halloween. I was
Yeah.
one of the Moon Dreamers one time.
Lovely Lady Locks looked very cute. I'm not sure about Moon Dreamers.
Moon Dreamers was sort of like an American chibi experiment.
I don't know about this thing.
But it was
I'm-
like they would visit kids and like there's pleasant dreams, and if some kid was having a nightmare, then like the evil
I'm gonna
section of the
upload this.
cartoon was involved in it. And so they tried to make sure that everything was fine and the stardust was fine so kids would
Please look
have
at how terrifying this is.
no, like you should see the
Sorry.
cartoon.
why are
Try to
why
find
are,
images from the cartoon because it didn't look like that.
why
Okay.
why are we
Okay.
having an uncut, unedited series? I mean, what is in this, Tina?
Yeah, really.
You don't want to know. Look at that lion's face.
yeah,
It's like,
that's
you
what's
know
up.
Yeah, on a very
I
special
love
episode
these.
of Moon Dreamers.
They didn't have a cartoon, but there was also the snails that you could collect that were like the secrets, and you could hide stuff in them. See,
Hey,
nobody remembers these toys
Secret
except
snail.
me.
Yes.
I
Moon
mean,
Dreamers
like,
couldn't be all that bad. Peter Cullen voiced one episode.
well, I mean, yeah, he
Peter
did
Cullen's in
a
everything.
lot of voices.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember stuff like Wheeled Warriors and Sectars. So, I mean, we all have the things
Those are
that
some
stuck
deep
in our
cuts.
head, but
Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about, if I may, I want to talk about He-Man for just a second. Dan, I
Okay.
think I came to you a couple episodes ago talking about how I was having my kids watch G1 Transformers on YouTube.
yes.
And how I was listening to and I'm crying. Everyone's asleep in the car, and I'm crying because I had the soundtrack to Transformers on, and it gets to the track of, well, you know what happens, right? And my kid, who I thought was
It's
asleep,
silly.
woke up and was like, "Did that say the death?" I'm like, "No, it's fine." Right? So we've been watching old cartoons, and one of the recent old cartoons that we've been watching, Tina, is He-Man, and my children are freaking hooked all in. Like, Daddy, can we play Minecraft? And then afterwards watch He-Man. That's all they want to do. So we've gone through like 3 seasons of He-Man, and we're so into it. And like you said originally, Andrew, this was an experiment to get toys. Because guess what happened? We watched like 3 or 4 episodes of He-Man. And we went to Walmart. Guess what they saw? And guess what Daddy did? That's
He-Man.
right. They saw the toys. So I went home and I was like, crap. Battle
Mhm.
Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor, and Battle Cat. And my baby, the 4-year-old, she's like, Daddy, I want the skeleton to ride Battle Cat. Like, no, he's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to ride Panther, not Battle Cat. No, that's bullshit. I want He-Man. Like, can't have Skeletor riding Battle Cat. So I had to buy Panther so Skeletor could ride that, and He-Man to ride Battle Cat. And then we had to buy Evil Man. We had to buy everybody because they saw the characters and they loved them. And it worked. Like, when we're not watching the cartoon, they're playing Battle Cat's like right over there. It's like, daggone it, you all got me again. This is the 3rd time because when I was a kid, they got me. I got all the Castle Grayskull, like all the toys. Then they got me as an adult. Got like, what was this, last year or whatever, where I bought all the toys and now they got me a 3rd time with my kids. Like, crap. Fine, here you all play with this and go.
If you haven't watched it, it's
the animation's fantastic.
Oh yeah, and it's been out for a couple of years now. But if you have not watched it, the Netflix Toys That Made Us episode on He-Man is just like mind blowing.
There's also a different documentary on He-Man, and I'm sure somebody in the chat can give us the name of it. But it's a like serious documentary as opposed to like a pop documentary.
Okay.
Okay.
And it features a lot of the same folks, but like I really, I think we actually did an episode about how much Dan hates pop documentaries, but yeah, there's oh shoot, what is it called? I'm sure it's The Sword something, but anyway, Power of Grayskull or something. Power of Grayskull. There we go.
Power of Grayskull.
Oh, nice. Okay.
See, James is on it.
He's
Okay.
on it.
All right, I'll look this up because like the
Yeah.
pop, I haven't thought about. I wanted to show the kids the pop, the cartoons and toys that made us. Right, I can't show them that because they swear a whole bunch in that one, if I recall correctly, don't they? Yeah, they drop F-bombs. Like I say the word "and."
I think they do in Power of Grayskull too, if I remember right. But
Mm.
it's that one guy who just passed away recently,
Mm.
who did so much of that original art that has a bit of a potty mouth.
Yeah. I can't show it to the kids, but like I hear as I'm watching the episodes too. I hear like the outtakes of He-Man like cursing. Like,
Funny.
Yeah, my favorite of
holding my
those is- there are some extensive Thundercats outtakes that are hilarious too.
Oh yeah, I've heard those
Yeah.
too. Those are really good too. This is round 2 of bourbon.
Oh my goodness.
This is Bullet.
Oh,
Bullet.
speaking of
good.
funny references with voice actors, the other day I was on yet another long YouTube fractal tree, as one occasionally gets, and I came across the Yvonne Craig Batgirl PSA for the Fair Labor Standards Act in the 70s, the Equal Pay Act. It's
Whoa.
Batman and Robin from the Batman TV series and Batgirl, and she's complaining that she's not getting paid as much as Robin. But the funny thing about that one is that I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, that's not Adam West. Who is that? And it was Dick Gautier, who did the voice of Rodimus Prime.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's random.
Anyway. Yeah. Who knew actors had more than one job?
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I gotta go find this now. Oh, I think I just found it. Yep, there it is.
Oh yeah,
Batgirl
it's
PSA.
hilarious. It's awesome.
It even says featuring Adam West. Liars.
No, it's not Adam West.
I love
Can't
any
we get
cartoon.
sued for that
PSA.
misrepresentation?
Let's not talk about suing YouTube or anything like that right now.
Yeah,
What?
good point. Let's not do that.
Question for the panel. What is the better movie? Transformers the movie or G.I. Joe the movie, and why?
Are we talking about the cartoon movies?
I assume
since
animated?
it's the movie, and the movie,
Okay.
it's the animated films, and there
He
are
means the
two
good
answers
thing.
to this.
Yeah, the good one. Go ahead, Dan. You go first.
Transformers the movie is the better movie, but G.I. Joe the movie has the very best intro sequence of any animated film ever.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
I'm not going to
it's a
admit listening to that. But yeah.
The first like 2 minutes of that film is a masterwork in animation.
Yeah. Mhm.
So,
And I'm going to say the same thing as Dan. Like they did a 40th. Are we at 40 years? 35th? Something like that.
40th.
Big number years of Transformers the movie. That can't be right. Math? Anyway.
no,
They
35th.
showed
It would be
Transformers
35th. Yeah.
in
I'll
the
be turning
theater.
40 this year. So when did it come out? Did it come out in 82?
86
No,
Okay, so
86.
or 88.
So-
No, 86. What am I thinking? Ugh.
it was the-
86, I believe. So I was a kid, and they, traumatized, obviously. And they put this in the theater the other day, like a couple months ago. I went with my cousin, my brother, and it was wonderful to have people my age watching this movie. We we all laughed, we all cried. It was wonderful. It's a great. To this day, my now that I'm a little bit older, my production brain is watching this thing. I'm like, this is actually a legit good film. I was expecting this. I was expecting this to be all nostalgia, not just like, hey, this is an entertaining movie. No, it's like for real good. So I think this is a better movie. But like you said, G.I. Joe has some really, really good stuff, especially the opening. And then it always makes me laugh. Oh, Duke, he's fine. He's okay.
Yeah. The hospital called. Duke's in a coma. Oh
He's
yeah.
he's going
He's
to be
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh
It's
man.
fine.
Well, the thing about those two movies is like both of them. Again, let's not forget the primary purpose of which is to clear the deck to sell more toys.
Boy,
Uh,
yep.
But like, as
My older brother
when I was
you,
a kid,
Lionheart.
and
is
again,
me.
I was more into Transformers than GI Joe, but I was well versed in GI Joe too, and like the whole Cobra Law thing was like, what the hell's all this?
I love
Like,
that dude.
That's where GI Joe jumped the shark for me a little bit.
Oh no way! That's what we're
The
getting in.
Transformers.
Oh no! I mean, what a dark transforming planet eating god voiced by Orson Welles? No, I mean, that's purely on theme.
So, like, we should do a whole episode with Dan. Actually, this is what we should do. Dan, we should just talk about that movie for like an hour. That's it. Because
We
I
should
forget.
do a reaction video to
We
Transformers the
should.
movie, but it's just us sitting there watching it because we've seen it so many times.
I was gonna say there's no reaction. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
kind of.
I would have loved
post
to
the whole
have
thing.
like all of us filmed when we went to watch it right after we got back from Japan, Maddie, because literally I could not keep myself awake.
I
was just
couldn't either. Man.
So in this debate, I would have to say G.I. Joe's because I actually remember that movie.
Dude. Yeah.
All right, so it is 10 o'clock. We can keep going. It's up to you guys. I'll have to jump off because all of my sickness reserves have been used.
Maddie, I really appreciate you. As someone who's been sick, you can probably still hear it in my voice too. Someone who's been sick recently too. I'm glad that you're able to get your rest. I hope you feel better and stay on with us. I know with 85 things going on, including those being children, I'm like, dude, let me let me get better before I can deal with your stuff. So thank you for hanging with us.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, why don't we go ahead and cut this off, and we'll save some of these questions we didn't get to for next time. And thanks everybody for joining us. And
Yeah, this was fun.
yeah,
this is the
Andrew, I
first
want to talk
of
about this
a
next time.
monthly a monthly video. So our plan right now is to do the every third
Yes, sir.
Thursday.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So this is not the third Thursday. This is the fourth Thursday of January, but we wanted to get it out there. But yes, going forward, the plan is to do every third Thursday of the month, starting in February, I guess.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you all for joining us in the chat. I hope you like this video. If you watch this later, comment down below any sort of like ideas of topics you want to talk about or whatever. Or, what have you been watching or playing? Whatever you want to do. I hope that you subscribe to this. I assume you already are. That's how you found it. But if you're not, I hope you subscribe. Tell your friends. It was great hanging out with everybody. So have a good night.
y'all have a good night.
Thanks so much. Peace.